Good morning, traders. It is 5:55 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is California time, and I am going to start trading here shortly. Basically the USA market for oil opens up at 6 a.m., 6:30 for the stock market, but for the futures here it's 6 o'clock in the morning. So I will be back shortly to start taking some trades, and actually what I'm going to do is take the trade that I called out in my charting service about, let's see here, about 9 hours ago, roughly, because I came out with it about an hour earlier than I usually do. And so about 9 hours ago, I predicted the trade that's going to be coming up, and I'm going to take that trade. I will be back shortly to take it. Also, this is a little bit off the subject, but when I was 21 years old, I broke the blackjack code, and I have made a tremendous amount of money playing blackjack, more than anybody would ever believe, and more than I will ever tell anybody. What I'm going to do is I have a blackjack course that I sell for $400. And nobody ever buys it because nobody believes that it's real. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload that course for free. It's like a 4-hour course. I'm going to upload that course for free to my YouTube channel. And I want the world to see and know that it is I who broke the blackjack code. And I want people to know what the blackjack code is. And one day I'll even explain how the Freemasons are the ones who came up with the game of blackjack, and why they lie to everybody about basic strategy and card counting so that it makes people lose. And I want people to see mathematically that I broke the code to the game of blackjack. And I did that when I was 21 years old. It took me 3 hours of playing blackjack for the first time in Las Vegas to do it. I am about to show the world what the blackjack code is, just as I am showing the world what the futures market code is. And it's not just the futures, all ETFs, all stock indexes all the way around the world, all futures, all forex, all currencies, everything outside of individual stocks are all being controlled by a computer program. I broke that code in the year 2006 while trading the forex market. I will be back shortly to take the trade that I predicted 9 hours ago in my charting service. By the way, since the guys with round hats on their heads and big noses want to continue to call me a scam and slander me all over the internet for the last 4 years, since they want to continue to do that, I'm going to fight back and go here to the main world clock. The other atomic clock is down right now. The server's down for some reason. But you can see here it shows all the times all the way around the world. And let's see here. Las Vegas is the same time as California. And it's 6:06 right now, Thursday 6:06. And if you take a look here at the software, you'll see it also says 6:06 a.m. So that establishes that what you're seeing the time on the software is the same exact real time. There would be no way for anybody to fake what I just showed you. And you know, you have to ask the question, why is it that they want to why do these people with round things on their head, round little hats, and big noses want to slander somebody for 4 years? Why would they want to do that? Why would they want to stop normal, everyday people from being able to learn something that could help them make money in life? Why would they want to do that? Why did they approach me and tell me to stop selling the videos and that I have to stop selling them? I mean, that's what they told me, that I have to stop selling them. And then they said, you're going to work for us. And I said, no, I'm not. And they said, well, we can force you to work for us. And so when I refused, then they started slandering me, and they haven't stopped for 4 long years. And they use all of their scam trading message boards to slander me with. I would like the world to wake up now. It's time to wake up. You cannot allow these people to do this to me, to do this to you, and to do this to all people anymore. You have to take a stand now, and you have to fight back. You cannot allow them to do this evil any longer to other human beings. I have had to move out of the United States to Southeast Asia to get away from these people so they cannot gang stalk me anymore. They gang stalked me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3 long years until I moved out of the United States. Now they no longer can gang stalk me anymore. It is time for the people of this world to wake up. Everything that you see is an illusion on a scale that you cannot begin to imagine. If it's on TV, it's an illusion, 100%. It's time to turn the TV off and throw it in the trash can where it belongs and come to the real world. Free yourself by making money and living a good, decent life without all of the lies and the fear and the cons that these people with round hats on their heads and big noses are doing to everybody. I will be back shortly to take the trade that I predicted in my charting service 9 hours ago. Okay, the computer just gave away a big tell that it's going to go down, and it should go down in a big way too. I'm going to adjust the exit from 40 ticks. I think I can get about 80 ticks off of this, so I'm going to adjust it for an 80 tick exit. I will be right back. Okay, I've got the exit set at 42.98. I think I may need to readjust the stop. I'll be right back. I had to adjust the stop to 44.04. It's a little higher than, 20 ticks. But on this particular situation, it's what I have to do, unless I want to risk getting the stop hit. But it won't get hit at 44.04. And it's going to go down, and it's going to go down in a big way. Should be able to hit the 80 tick exit. This is the power of knowing how the computer works, and I called this trade out over 9 hours ago, before it would even happen. Let's again go take a look at the website that shows the times around the world to establish that the time that you are seeing is in fact the right time, and that this isn't some sort of a replay, as the guys with big noses and round hats on their head want to keep talking about. Makes you wonder why they would want to say that. I mean, they know what they're saying isn't true, but they want to try to convince everybody that it is. You can see here from the website again that it's Thursday at 6:20. San Francisco is also 6:20 California time. All right. Now, what time does it say it is on the software? Software also saying 6:20 a.m. in the morning. I'll come back. So if you belong to my charting service and or you are tracking the system yourself, you should have went short just basically almost precisely when I did. And so you should be short right now. Now the only thing that you would have to determine is how far down it would go. The reason why I chose 80 ticks is because, again, that's all about the tracking. When you track it, you can see what it's good for, and that way you know what to go for. And yesterday it was good for, let's see, what was it again? 260 ticks. So 80 ticks is just a mere fraction of 260. Also, since it went up so big yesterday, 260 ticks, it's likely to come down rather big as well. Not 260, but it's probably going to go somewhere on the order of 100 ticks or so, maybe 140, maybe only 80, but somewhere around there. I think that 80 is a pretty good mathematical probability. I'd say about maybe a good 75%, I think. So 75% to hit the 80 tick exit is a pretty good math. And so that's why I'm going to go for it. I could go for more, the math would be reduced. I could go for less, the math would be increased. But 80 ticks is should be good. When I get the time here, I'm going to start teaching again everything that I know. We'll go over the protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, and you'll see why they have put everything under the control of a computer all around the world, and what they are going to use that control for. And it isn't, it's very painful to talk about it because it's very scary what's going to happen. But unfortunately, in this life, it doesn't do a whole lot of good to run away from the truth. And you have no choice in life but to face reality in every way, you know. You can't hide it with drugs or with alcohol or anything. It's only temporary. You have to face reality of what life's all about, what it's really all about, not the illusion that they put on for everyone for very evil purposes. And they are putting on an illusion like you cannot possibly begin to imagine. So much so, it's just mind-boggling. I will say that they are the most evil people the world has ever known or has ever seen before in world history. That's why Christ said that they're going to go to hell, and why Paul said they're contrary to all men, and that their father is the devil, because that's exactly who their father is, given over to the devil by God himself. By the way, the FBI knows all this is controlled by a computer, the Secret Service knows, the Congress knows, the Senate knows, the President knows. They all know, just so you know. So because they know and they don't talk about it, they are complicit with it. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be them. And by the way, you know, if you live in the United States, you know, you probably listen to a lot of fear, okay? Because these people love fear. They love to scare everybody about everything there is under the sun, of course, and mess with them in ways that people don't realize they're being messed with. But I can absolutely 100% assure you that where I am in Southeast Asia, nothing like this even comes close to taking place. People here are happy, people have money, people are out shopping like you would not believe. The shopping is far superior to the United States. Far superior. There's not even a comparison. You know, I grew up in the United States all my life thinking it was the best country in the world. I came to a far superior country. One that has much better food, much better shopping, much better people, everybody's friendly, everybody gets along, there are no gangs, there is no violence, nothing like that. There are no dirty looks, nothing like that. Just the exact opposite. It's respect everywhere, friendly people everywhere, smiling people everywhere. The culture is 1,000 times advanced than the United States culture, which is a regenerate, degenerate culture, all run by people with round hats on their heads and big noses. If you were to take them away from the equation, the United States would be a good place as it once was, when I grew up in the 1970s and I was a kid. When I first started teaching this in 2009, started teaching the public, I fully 100% expected that everybody would, you know, learn of this and everybody would want to do it, and all of the trading message boards out there would want to do it, and they would all talk about how great I am, and that I'm a genius, and, you know, and that I broke the code, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I expected to be, you know, treated like Einstein. And in irony to the whole thing, I was treated the exact 100% opposite. And then I realized who the people were who were saying this about me. All the message boards are all owned by the people with round hats and big noses. Just like everything is owned by them. And when I realized, and then they told me to stop selling the videos and that I'm going to work for them. And if I don't, they can force me to do it. And, you know, of course, I got very angry at that and said, you couldn't force me to do anything. I could beat you up faster than you could count to 3. And then that's when the slander and the gang stalking started. And when I realized that the FBI was on their side, that's when I realized it was time to exit the United States. That the entire government is owned by them. And they're all 100% evil. Donald Trump is a part of them. Ron Paul is a part of them. They're all on the same team. All of them. It's all an illusion, what you're saying. There is no such a thing as an election. Nobody is elected. It's all chosen in advance. Just as this is all chosen in advance. There is no trading taking place. For those of you living in the United States, you are living in a hellhole that you cannot possibly imagine. It's worse than you could ever believe. You come to a country where I am, and it is so far superior in every last way. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's mind-boggling is what it is. Every day now my life is about peace and about happiness, and I can talk to people and they'll smile, and I mean, it just, I only wish that I would have discovered this a long time ago. And I had to waste so many years of my life in a hateful country where everybody hates each other, and it's all about violence and hate and division, all brought upon by the guys with round hats on their heads and big noses. They are the ones who have brought that to the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to wake up. I'm here to help you. I will not allow these people to do what they did to me and get away with it. I will speak the truth. All of the churches in the United States, all 100% Antichrist. They teach the exact opposite of what the Bible teaches. 100%. The exact opposite of what Christ taught. 100%. Because they're all owned by the people with round hats on their heads and big noses. Newsflash, all of the trading message boards are all owned by them. They're all cons and scams. 100%. These people will not teach anybody the truth about anything. They hate all people. That's why Christ said they're going to be going to hell. That's why Paul said they're contrary to all men. That's why Christ said their father is of the devil. And that's why they hate Christ with a great passion. And again, to establish the time now reads, Las Vegas is 6:44, San Francisco 6:44 a.m. Thursday morning. And if we go up here to the clock again, it says 6:44. Just want to establish that this is not a replay, as they, want to say. And so, why would they want to bear false witness against me like that? Bearing false witness is one way you go to the place you don't want to go to. You never want to bear false witness against somebody. And that's what they do against me. They bear false witness. Because they are liars, con artists, criminals, extortionists. They are the absolute 100% scum of this earth. And what they're going to do with this control over world markets is crash them in one day, as they state in the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. And they're going to bring the whole world, all of the economies of the world, to an end, so that they can establish a new system that they control from their homeland, from their Messiah. And their Messiah will control everyone's ability to be able to either buy or sell. Since I've been teaching this and selling these videos since 2009, I have heard from literally thousands and thousands of people. I mean thousands, I don't know how many, but maybe on the order of 5,000 people or so, about how they have been ripped off and scammed by one place after another. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say something to you. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to, that's fine, but I'm going to say it anyway. The people who are ripping you off are the people with round hats on their heads and big noses. And they're doing it on purpose. They hate your guts. That is why when somebody like me comes around and teaches people the real truth of what's going on and how to make money, they want to stop it with everything that they've got, including gang stalking the person 24 hours a day for 3 years. You can't begin to imagine what they did to me. It is time to wake up. It is time to wake up to who your enemy is, so that you can defeat them by not allowing them to manipulate you anymore, because they're manipulating you about everything under the sun on a quantum level. Soon I will be teaching about this, as I have been called to do, and I will begin to start to really wake you up of what's really going on. Okay, the trade is getting closer here. Let's see, where's the exit at again? It's down here at 42.98. So, doesn't have that much further to go. Should be able to make it. I will come back. What's truly amazing, though, is the audacity of these people to lie and slander people like me when they know that they're lying and slandering me, and yet they constantly do it over and over and over again. I mean, they hate me, they hate people, they hate everything that is good, and love everything that is evil and perverse in every way. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that that kind of a people should be allowed to live? Do you? They shouldn't be allowed to live, and they're not going to be allowed to live. Again, to establish the time, you can see San Francisco, 6:56. It's California time, 6:56 a.m. on Thursday. You can see 6:56 is what the software says. Trade was taken at 6:18 a.m. This is California time, Pacific time. We're getting closer and closer to the exit here. Not very far to go. I'll come back. By the way, I don't want to brag or anything like that. I simply will state what I believe to be true. I should be known as the greatest trader in the world. Not only have I broken the code, but I can tell which direction any and all instruments will go before they go there. Therefore, I should be regarded as the greatest trader that has ever existed since trading began. Instead, I'm slandered every day as if I'm some sort of a nutcase and a criminal by people with round hats on their heads and big noses. I have realized that they are now the enemy of us all. And what I am doing is a good thing. I am teaching people the discovery that I made. I am helping them to learn how to make money. I am teaching them who are the people who have done this. And so what I'm doing is a very good thing in this life. I am helping in many different ways people. And just like, I don't want to compare myself to Christ, because obviously there's no comparison. But what I would say is that just like Christ went and helped everybody, and they hated him and killed him, when I try to help people in some small way that I can, they hate me and want to gang stalk me and slander me and tell me that I'm safe until the time of the cleansing. That's what they said to me. Because I asked them, I said, what's next? Are you going to come and kill me? And they said, no, you're safe until the time of the cleansing. And they signed it, the 33rd degree. In other words, they are 33rd degree Freemasons. Just as the protocols of the learned elders of Zion was signed by a 33rd degree Freemason. Okay, it's almost there. I'll come back. I have to be careful right here. I might get a reversal. I mean, it most likely would continue back down, but I don't want to wait for it. So if it starts, if I get a code signal going long, I might exit this trade here. Hopefully I won't get one. It'll continue down. But not that I couldn't hold it and wait, and it'll probably hit. It probably would. I just don't want to wait. So hopefully it'll continue down here. I'll come back. Okay, I am getting a possible reversal right here. It's probably just a temporary reversal. It's probably not permanent. It probably will go lower, but I don't know that for sure. I would have to, there's another trade that I can take that I called out within my charting service. So I can take another one. It may pop back up for a while and then give another short entry off of that and then continue to go back down. I'll look for it and possibly go ahead and take it. But anyway, I just wanted to show yet again how I'm able to predict what the market will do before it doesn't. And my goal at doing this, my agenda, is to teach people what's going on. This is a very, very, very profound truth that I discovered in 2006. And I want people to know that everything they're seeing on CNBC and Bloomberg and all this different stuff is all lies, all cons. There is no trading taking place. There is no fear. Everything is mathematically designed in advance. There's absolutely no fear whatsoever. The only fear that you should have is these people who are doing this to you. That's the only fear you should have. There is no other fear. There is no crisis. Only the crisis that they manufacture. And everything is going up in price, inflating, because they're making it go up in price and inflating. We'll say, why would they do that? Because they want you to be poor. They want to make as many people poor as absolute possible. That is their goal and agenda. Now let me ask you, should a people like that be allowed to live? Yes or no? They should not be allowed to live, but it is not our place to do anything about it. It is the place of the person who created all things to take care of it, and he will, rest assured. All things will be made right, as they should be. I am going to go for now. If I get the time, I'll take the other trade that I called out in my charting service. I called out 2 of them. Called 2 trades out. And if I get the time, I'll go ahead and take it. If not, then I'll just conclude the video where it is now and just upload it. But my point is, my goal, my agenda is to help people and teach people what's going on. It's not just a matter of making money. It's a matter of the truth about what this life is all about and who the enemy is. You know, if you haven't woken up yet, I can almost assure you that you're going to. The whole world is going to come against them. And that's why they're going to go underground and hide. That's what the movie The Matrix is all about. At a later date, I will explain all of it to you. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. I hope you're doing well out there trading. And don't worry about me. I am safe where I am. I am happy where I am. I am doing well where I am. And I would like to open up your eyes and your mind that what you think is a reality living in the United States is not reality. It is an illusion. When you come to a place like where I am, you will realize that there is no fear here. There's no violence, no fear. And you can't imagine how friendly everyone is. And how I mean, the shopping here is just mind-boggling how much better it is. They have things in the technology that the United States doesn't even come close to having. It's so far superior, it's scary. You know, to grow up all your life in the United States and think it's such a great country and come to another one and realize that you've been lied to all of your life. It's just the exact opposite is true. Anyway, you can see it moving back up here for a bit. It's probably going to come back up maybe to around here or so. And then I probably think it would give a short entry again and then come back down and probably break below this low here. That's just a guess that I have right now. It's not, I'm not calling that out, but I need to use the computer itself, the program, to tell me what it's going to do. Anyway, I'll come back and either conclude the video or I'll take some more trades. Or one more trade. Hope you're doing well out there. Happy trading. Well, so far it's moved up to where I said it would, right about where I said it would, right up to here. And we'll see what it's going to do from here. It's probably going to go a little bit higher, maybe up to here perhaps, and then roll over and go back down. It could roll over right now, but I doubt it. But I'm not trying to call what it's going to do right now because I can't say. I have to wait to the computer to give away a tell again. And anyway, I'm just waiting on that now. And once it does, and I see the tell, I'll be able to take the trade It's probably going to be a short entry, but if it gives a long entry, I'll take it long. It'll be one way or another, obviously. It can only go two different ways, either up or down. So, even if you were to take a guess, you've already got a 50-50 chance. The question, it's not a matter of a question of that. When you trade the futures, you have to be able to trade with a small stop and get the entry right. Otherwise, you just lose all your money very quickly. And that's what's so important about the futures. Anyway, I will come back, and most likely I'm going to take another trade. And I'm going to take the trade that was called out in my charting service. About what? 10 hours ago or more. About 10 hours ago. You know, when I used to run a trading room years ago, people would come into my room and I would sit there, and they didn't know that I knew the code or anything like that, because I didn't tell anybody at that time. And I used to sit there and just call it out before what it would do over and over and over again. And people would just be absolutely flabbergasted. They'd be like, this is like magic. How can you know this? How do you know it's going to go? I mean, just keep getting it right over and over again. And they would call it magic. And, of course, these people with round hats on their heads and big noses found out about it and told me to stop. That's what they said. You have to stop, and you're going to work for us. And of course I said, no, I don't work for anybody. And that's when they started to slander and gangstalk me for so long. And we are now enemies, mortal enemies with each other. And I'm just glad that there is a place that they're going to go to that they wish that they never were going to go. But I am glad that there is a retribution coming to them, and that it will be me who has the last laugh, so to speak, and not them. By the way, where I currently am in Southeast Asia, I'm gearing up to start doing seminars here, which I'm going to, of course, invite people in for free, get in front of a big screen on, big screen so everybody can see, and blow up the software onto the screen, of course. And I'm going to sit there and show people for, hours and hours and hours, that I can tell which direction it's going to go before it goes there. Not just oil, but all trading instruments. You name it. All the instruments around the world. The German, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Australian, the American, all trading instruments in the world, including all currencies, all Forex, Euro, US dollar, JPY, etc., etc., etc. That I can tell which direction any and all of them will go before they go there. All of this will be recorded with multiple different cameras. It will be uploaded to YouTube. The people in the audience will be interviewed to ask if what they saw was real and how do they know, etc., etc., so that it can all be verified. Laptops will be given if they don't have, and they can look it up for themselves what the price is, and so they'll know that there's no type of scam taking place. And this will all be shown on YouTube soon. So my blackjack course will be uploaded to YouTube for free, showing that I broke the blackjack code in 1988, and I would show the world that I know what the code is and that I broke it. And I will be showing the world that I can tell which direction any and all trading instruments will go before they go there in advance. This will be the final nail in the coffin to these people with round hats and big noses, because no matter what they say about me then, people will wake up and they will know that these people are liars and con artists and criminals by their very natures in this life. That's why they've been kicked out of every country in Europe over 200 times. That is why Christ said that they are going to go to hell, why Paul said they are contrary to all men, and why Christ said their father is the devil. By the way, they listen to everything that I say. They of course will give this video dislikes, And this is my message to them now. I'm speaking directly to them. Here it comes. From the very beginning, I have beaten you, and now I'm about to beat you by 1,000-fold. And there is nothing that you can do about it. I will be back. Okay, it's moving back up here again. Probably gonna move up to here perhaps, and then roll over and come back down. But unfortunately, I can't stick around for it because I've got to get going. So I'm gonna conclude this video here. I will be back tomorrow on Friday to do some more trading. And for those of you who are signed up to my charting service, of course I'll be back for that. And you know, it's going to be the same thing as today, only we'll also have the Friday entry as well. So I'll be back for the charting service tomorrow, and I'll be back to do some trading tomorrow. Hope you traders out there are doing well, and I hope you're being inspired. And my advice to you is to not listen to the guys with round hats on their heads and big noses. They are liars and con artists, and they want to control everything so that everybody is conned in every last way. Don't let them con you. Don't let them beat you. I am of German heritage. We are a moral people, for the most part. Maybe not everybody, but for the most part, we are a moral people. We're not con artists and liars. And I certainly am not. I'll be back. Happy trading out there.